Hello, all, and good evening to all my dear friend. How are you all doing? I hope all of you are doing fine. Many places in India it's raining heavily. Yeah, many places it's raining heavily, and the weather has turned inclement. Right, the inclement weather is what we are experiencing, my dear friend. Right. So I hope that you are safe in this rain and try to avoid the traffic wherever you can. Try to stay at home to make yourself feel safer from the inclement weather, my dear friend. Okay, and what else? Today I thought about something to tell you something very interesting, my dear friend. Today I want to tell you about this mobile phone, right? About this mobile phone, I want to tell you. What do I want to tell you about this mobile phone? Am I going to dissect this mobile phone and I'm going to tell you what are its different parts? And am I going to give you? I'm going to tell you how it is made of and composed of. Probably not, my dear friend, because that's not my cup of tea, right? Yeah, but I will tell you this how this mobile phone, has become an integral part of of the society. How this mobile phone has influenced the society, right? I will tell you about how what are its benefits, right? And what are its negative effects that as a society we are confronting today. And also I will try to tell you how we can probably to some extent mitigate those effects, or to negate those effects, right? So we will discuss about those things, and I would like to I would like to begin by saying that in the olden days we didn't had this mobile phone. We only had I mean, first of all, we didn't had a phone in back in very less people had phone back in 70s 80s, but by I think by mid 90s, I think the we had a lot of phone lines started coming in. I think once it was from after 1997 1998, I think till 2005. I think a lot of work has been done on the telecom side, my dear friend. I think that time, I think there was BJP government came in 98 or 99. And then I remember the telecom minister, I think it was Ram Vilas Paswan, who was the telecom minister that time. Until 2004-5, I think BJP was there. And within this time frame, there were many telephone connections were given to people. Telephone was a new concept, and everywhere, fixed line, everywhere this land phone was fixed. And the ring system, we had this ring system, and this ring system was quite prevalent that time. And after 1 or 2 years, I think the ring was slowly replaced by the button systems. The button system was the latest during that time. 97 19. I remember in at my home, the first phone that we got was around in 1996. The first phone was placed, and it was a green color phone, green color handset, and with with buttons. And it was the latest model, and it sparked curiosity in the mind, right? When you see something different, it sparks curiosity. So it also sparked my curiosity, and I began to a little bit tamper with it, right? And we start using make blank calls also to people at times. I was quite young back then, right? And we also try to experiment with it as well, try to see how it is connected and all that, try to reverse it, rotate it, and to see that, right? So that was those days, right? And after that, what happened? After that, there was a change post 2000, I think 2002 2003. I think we saw mobile phones coming into picture, right? I think mobile phone was there before, Motorola was there, but it was very limited to people. I remember in back in 98 99, someone from Australia, one of my neighbor relatives were in Australia, and when they came from Australia, they were using a mobile phone, and I saw him with this mobile phone, and we were so curious that what kind of piece is that, right? So those were the days, and after that we never imagined, that the pace of the technological revolution will be so rapid that, that in the past 25 years it has changed seaside change we have seen. I mean, we could never imagine that type of change, right? So back in 2002, 2003, we had the mobile phone, but this mobile phone was not like this is a smartphone, my dear friend, right? Smartphone came much later, but it was a Nokia phone, my dear friend, right? A Nokia phone. I forgot that number, 3708 or 313103 or 3100. I think 3100 was the Nokia mobile phone, and that was used by everybody, almost everybody, right? And then there were BSNL connections to start with. Then there was a Airtel connection, right? Airtel was the oldest player, one of the oldest player. Of course, the oldest player is BSNL, which is the government controlled company. But along with the BSNL, I think 95 Airtel started in 95, 96. Sunil Bharati Mittal was the CEO of, and is still the CEO of the Airtel, and it started in 1996, and it was 95, 96, and it is the oldest player today still, and it has still hold ground, apart from getting a high competition from Geo as well. So that was the beginning. And then after Airtel started, BSNL was there. Then came the Tata, and Tata Indicom. I remember Tata Indicom was one of the player, and I had a Tata Indicom mobile, and I used to like the ringtone a lot, but I think I lost it somewhere. I think I lost it some in a auto. I remember back in 2006, I think I lost it, but those were the days of a single phone. And later, what happened? Later, I think in US, 2005, I think they introduced their smartphone was got introduced. iPhone and all that used to use, it comes, all this those came in the market, and then I think the smartphone started from that time. But by the time, I think in India, I think it started heavily. We have started using it by 2010, 11, I suppose. People started using more and more smartphones by 2010, 2011. And then came the social media, right? The social media in the smartphones, and people started, using their bank accounts. We could never imagine. So how this mobile phone changed our life, basically. So this is about the how the mobile phone evolved from being a desk phone. Then comes the mobile phone, and then comes and then comes the smartphone. And instead of just the messaging and just the calling purpose, now you can use a smartphone in the sense you can have the internet inside it, right? So this is how it evolved. But how what changes did it make to the society? How what kind of changes? The changes it made to the society is that it made our life much more convenient, my dear friend. It made our life much more convenient. How it made our life much more convenient? It made our life much more convenient by making us stay connected anywhere, right? For example, I am underground, but still, if I have the network, I can still call, and I can still be connected with my near and dear ones. I am outside the country, my dear friend, I can still call somebody. I am in a crowded place, and let's say I got lost in a crowded place, I can still call my near and dear ones, my family members, my friends, and I can talk to them over the phone, and I can tell them where am I, right? Think few years down the line, was this possible? If I get lost in a crowd, how can I can I how will I find my near and dear ones? It was very difficult. It was very difficult, right? And but with the help of mobile phone, this is possible now, right? This is possible now. So so the mobile phone has lots of benefits and lots of advantages, right? In terms of making our life much smoother, in terms of making our life much better, right? But is that all about the mobile phone? is that everything? Like for example, I'm able to do banking transactions. I'm able to purchase vegetables. I'm able to purchase grocery items, without going to the market using this mobile phone, right? All financial transactions I'm able to do. I'm able to purchase vegetables, groceries. I'm able to book my movie tickets from here. And I'm able to do anything from here practically. For example, I can listen to the music using this phone, right? And whatnot. I can listen to. I can take calls pertaining to my work. I can log into different softwares. I can do conferences, meetings over this phone, over this mobile phone, right? So all this conjures up a picture of positivity about this mobile phone. Okay, but are there any negativities? Yeah, it looks like there are a lot of positivities, right? But if we scratch a little bit deeper, right? If we go a little bit deeper, we will find that not all is hunky dory. Not all is hunky dory, right? Not all looks to be good, right? There is there is a there is a dark side to it as well, right? I don't want to scare anybody, but there is a dark side to that, right? And what is that basically? The it is that is that, for example, this mobile phone is making me alert every time, right? For example, when it's a time to go to sleep, right? I will still people still tends to use the mobile phone that time. People still tends to be involved, that they want to, for example, they want to browse websites, they want to browse social media sites, they might watch some kind of Instagram, they might use YouTube, right? Those kind of things, WhatsApp, for example. So what happens is, basically, during the time of sleep, for example, right? They are not sleeping, people are not sleeping, people are using their mobile phones, and as a result, what's happening? They're sleeping late, right? And if we are sleeping late, what happens? My circadian rhythm, right, my which controls my sleep and wake cycle, that is getting disturbed. My circadian rhythm is getting disturbed, and which is resulting in a lot of physical problems. Why? Because the sleep wake cycle is very important, right? For example, there's a definite time in the night when the toxins are released from the body. The definite time in the night when toxins are released from the body, my dear friend. What kind of toxins? All the negative things, like for example, at 3 a.m., right? Detoxification of some body parts happens. Detoxification, right? Removal of impurities, right? Detoxification of gallbladder happens at certain point of time. Detoxification of liver happens at some point of time, right? Similarly, all body parts get needs to get detoxified. So all these time frames are from 11 to 4, my dear friend. Within 11 to 4, all this detoxification happens. But if we are disturbed, if our sleep wake cycle is disturbed, my dear friend, right, then what happens? If my sleep wake cycle is disturbed, my detoxification doesn't happen on time, right? The detoxification doesn't happen on time, and that is where the problem is, right? So that is something we need to one of the demerits, right? That people are not sleeping on time. What could be the other demerits? The other demerits could be that it's a distraction, right? If I want to do a deep work, for example, I want to do a research work, I want to concentrate, I want to focus. For example, I want to read a book, right? I want to write a book, I want to do some research on some items, on some particular papers or thesis paper, right? So I need to think deeply about that particular thing. I need to focus my mind towards particular thing. But is it possible now with this mobile phone around? It's very difficult. For the attention span of the people are getting reduced, because every time there's a tendency to hold this mobile phone in hand and start browsing endlessly. This is what is happening today, right? People are not focusing. People need to focus on the work. People are unable to focus on the work for a long period of time. They are starting to browse the phone immediately. And this is why, if the break of concentration, high efficiency cannot be produced. If I have to produce high efficiency at work, or at my own personal work, at whatever work I am doing, whether it's in office, whether it's personal life, everything demands attention, right? Everything demands attention, everything demands concentration. For example, I am gardening, right? I am doing gardening, I'm planting flowers, right? I'm tilting the soil, I'm planting the flower, putting the water over it, right? And keeping them keeping the pots properly. So this needs attention. But if my mind is on the mobile phone, how will I concentrate? I will do a little bit of the work, and then I go and check the phone, and again I will come and do a little bit of the work, again I will go and check the phone. Will I be able to produce efficient work? Will I be able to efficiently do my gardening practice? I might not be able to do it, right? And the same applies to the two places of study also. In the office, I often see people, they are though they are in front of laptop, but they are always on their phones. Most of the time I see the young IT professionals, what they do, they are using the phone endlessly. They are using the phone, they have just the laptop in front of them, but they are seldom using that laptop. They are always on the phone, my dear friend. Is it helping them? It's a distraction. It is distracting them from one page to another page, one website to another website, one application to another application, mindlessly wandering, right? It is not helpful. It is not at all helpful. It is breaking the attention span, it is reducing the concentration level, it is reducing the memory power as well, right? And it is breaking my sleep patterns also. So these are very, very important things. They're very crucial. And how and does it help when I'm going to sleep, for example? When I'm going to sleep, for example, the blue light from the phone, and if I check the phone, and then if I sleep immediately, will I be able to sleep properly, my dear friend? I might not be able to sleep properly. Why? Because the blue light from the phone will emit. And what that blue light will do? That blue light will stop melatonin. That will stop melatonin, which is a hormone, right? So it will stop the production of melatonin, and as a result of which, I will not be able to sleep properly. So these are the most important things. So these are the most important things that we need, that we have to that we need to avoid. Not only this blue light, this phone also emits harmful radio frequencies, right? And sometimes, I read somewhere that it might also cause cancer, though there is no definitive evidence of that. But still, it is said widely that this might cause cancer if you sleep close to it, right? So my dear friend, I would like to appeal to all of you that do not ever sleep beside the phone, right? Always keep the phone at a safer distance. It should be more than 1 meter. Always keep it more than 1 meter, or better if you keep in another room. For proper alarm, you can use a separate alarm clock, a separate analog clock, or a digital clock, whatever you feel like, right? But need not use this phone while sleeping. Charging the phone while sleeping is also bad. Where you are sleeping close to the place where you are charging the phone, that charge has radio frequencies, and that is getting inside your brain. That is causing disturbance, right? That might cause cancer as well in the long run. So always, my dear friend, this phone is a very dangerous tool, right? It is also a very useful tool, but it's also a bit dangerous. So what we have to do is that we have to use it very, very judiciously. In the night time while sleeping, it's better to switch off the internet, right? That is one thing you can do. It's better to switch off the internet and then keep the phone at a safer distance, right? Better to close the notifications, better to so that you don't get disturbed, that sound while the notification comes. So for example, I have disabled all the notifications. I have disabled everything, all the notifications. There is no sound, no notification that comes to me, right? If I want, I will go to that particular application, I will check. Notification is a very disturbing aspect. So I appeal to all of you, my dear friend, that you can disable notifications. It's not compulsory, but you can probably think about it, right? So while you see mobile phone has many advantages, and it has been very boon to the mankind, it also has lots of demerits, my dear friend, in terms of the body, in terms of physics, actually. So we have to exercise caution. We have to keep it at a distance. We have to be very very alert, and we should not let ourselves distract from the mobile phone, right? While working, while doing any deep work, please keep the mobile phone outside. Please, outside of your area of control in the sense outside of your hand control, right? We can keep it in a far distance where our hand doesn't reach us, right? So then we will not get distracted, right? Many people keep the phone switched off. I would not suggest it, because you might get a very urgent call, but keep it in silent mode if possible, right? Or keep the volume ringtone quite low, right? So remove these distractions, and I think then you can probably get all the positive usage from it and make your life more meaningful, my dear friend. So that's what I would like to say. I know the video has become quite longer, but I wanted to tell you a little bit about this mobile phone today, and I think I succeeded to a certain extent, but yeah, but I think we might have to talk a little more about it, which I will do in the subsequent videos. Right? So keep watching. Inspire to live. Inspire others to lead a wonderful life. My dear friend, thank you, and keep watching Inspire to Live.